All right. This weekend was actually, I think anytime you can get a split, playing two top 10 teams back to back on the road is a good weekend. Obviously, we would like to have, beat Wisconsin, but they played really well. Then I learned that that was our first loss in November since 2016, so really proud about that, and something I told our team. And, now we got to learn, I think especially for our young players, they've got a really good feel now of the level we got to go to now and this week and next week going into the tournament. And so we got to take care of business this week.
Against Minnesota, what was it like to see what Maddie Kubik did in that fifth set?
Well, first of all, she had the confidence to go take those swings, and that's great. And she's worked really hard to get to that point. Second of all, we were in that rotation for 10 or 11 points, so she's getting most of the swings, and because a lot of those were transition kills, and she had a big block. So I just think that's, it doesn't surprise me because I've seen it, and but she's. Like I said, she's earned the confidence to go on the road in an arena like that, in an atmosphere like that, in the fifth game, and do that. So it's great to see that happen.
How often does a player take over a medal like what Lauren did?
Not very often. I mean, I saw Kelly Hunter do it. I think the really good leaders do it. But, I think Lauren is an emotional player, an emotional leader, and she was talking from her heart. And you could see. I watched the fifth game last night on the TV version. You could just see. I mean, our team was glued to her, and that's something I want to show her because I think that's should really validate all the work that she's done, and these guys believe in her.
When she got here,
What does that make you feel when you've been working with her since January, develop those leadership skills to see when the team needed a moment like that? How does that make you feel?
Well, that's why we started investing in this in January. And, I still think she has a whole nother level of leadership, both her and Nicklin, and that will continue to develop. And these are the moments and the times when they get to work on that skill of being a great leader. And
see that though when she first arrived in Lauren that she would develop and
yeah, I've always thought, well, not her freshman year, I was hoping she wouldn't get kicked off the team, but Kelly was the same way. Kelly Hunter, it just takes them a while to adjust and grow up, and I don't want the leaders that are the goody two shoes and straight A students. I mean, you got to have the norm, and that can relate to everybody. But no, I've seen that in Lauren. That's why we chose her to develop as a leader and a captain.
How much of an impact do you think that did have on your team, the way they came out in the fifth?
You have to ask those guys. I just know we played great in the fifth, so wasn't anything I said. So it wasn't anything we did. I mean, I was when she was doing all that, I was trying to figure out where we were going to start in which rotation, and so I think I may have got that right. So because we matched up well and did a good job. So, but yeah, that was a great match for us to show resilience and hang in there and take their best shot, and it was a great match. And then again, going to Sunday, I mean, we had chances, but Wisconsin, every time we punched, they punched right back, and they deserve a lot of credit, and that's probably why they're going to be the Big Ten champions.
Anything specific in that match that really frustrated you that you guys really need to shore up before next weekend?
Just the fact, the most frustrating part was that the level they were playing at, we didn't stay with our fundamentals like we needed to. So, and that happens when speed and power and things aren't going perfect. You tend to start trying to do too much, and we kind of lost especially in our block, in our defense, in our positioning, and following our game plan. So we let that get away from us, and that's part of being a young team, and that's part of Wisconsin playing at a really high level. So that was the disappointing part, and I talked to our team about that. We've got to learn where against Minnesota we stayed in there, even though it wasn't going well, but Minnesota was playing, Wisconsin was playing at a really high level and very consistent.
Do you think it was, your team was just mentally or physically spent at that point in the weekend?
I don't know if it's that. I just more think it's understanding the level you got to play at against two top 10 teams back to back. I mean, it's hard. Tell me another sport's doing that. You can't.
So after the Iowa match, you're going to move past that fairly quick. Are you going to spend more time reviewing Wisconsin match and learning from that this week?
Every week's the same. Doesn't matter who we play or what happened. We'll evaluate this weekend. We'll look at the stats. We'll do video with them and point out the things we want to get better at this week and prepare like crazy for Maryland and Ohio State.
Wisconsin has some distance now at the top of the Big Ten standings. What are you guys playing for in this final week of the regular season?
Well, if you can't finish first, let's finish second. And there's going to be some big matches in Penn State. There's big matches here. I mean, Ohio State beat Wisconsin, so we got to deal with that. And but we want to go. We want to finish strong, and we want to go in the tournament. And I don't know. Where we're at in the RPIs or however they decide who does what, but we want to try to host first, second round. It would be nice.
Yeah, John, how does the NCAA shake out these seedings?
Yeah, and just let me say, we want to host first, second round because I want to buy that student section tickets or pizza or whatever else they want because they've been awesome this year. So tweet that, put that out because I'm hoping we get it so I get to do something for those guys because they've been awesome this year.
How does the Big Ten shape up for the seedings? And I mean, is the power of the conference going to help? How much is that going to help you?
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting. I think there's a lot of big matches this week, and but I know there's a lot of good teams, but there is probably kind of a separation point. But I haven't studied enough. Their non-conference and whatever, how it'll shake out. But I know this, there's Penn State, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Wisconsin. I don't know if I want to play any of those teams if I was in the NCAA tournament. And there's some other ones in there. Illinois, even though they're not up in the top 3 or 4 there. Ohio State's, I mean, they beat Wisconsin. They lost to Minnesota 17-15 in the 5th. So our conference, and then you got Michigan, and look out for those guys. So there's a whole group of teams that I don't think anybody's going to want to play, or they're going to be dreading having them in their draw. Because it's Big Ten, this conference prepares us for everything and anything. I mean, you got to be tough to survive this conference, and because you got to learn how to play on the road in tough environments, and you got to perform against great teams, and you got to do it every week.
John, how strange is Saturday going to be? Typically that would be senior night, but there are no seniors.
I know. That'd be nice. But I think we're going to have about 18 recruits here. So I was looking forward to maybe it'd be nice and relaxing without dealing with that. But we're going to have tons of recruits, and so it'll be fun. But it'll be interesting. So I don't even know if we'll recognize a manager, maybe a manager, one of our guys. So yeah, that'd be weird. Lindsay had a baby, so she's been out. So that's good too, because she has to organize all that. And the biggest problem is for our senior night is getting the family enough tickets. That's the problem. So let's say your daughter's a senior, and you want 25 tickets, you can't get them. So they got to figure out ways to get them, and I know some of our other players on their pass list will try to help out, but that's the biggest stress for senior night here in Nebraska. That's why we say there's no place like Nebraska. All right.
Hi, this is Jason Jorgensen, Sports Director at KRVN. Thanks for watching our YouTube video. To keep up to date with everything we have going on with our sports coverage, you can find that, and we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel. Just hit the little red button in the right corner.